You're listening to vNacelle Insights, where we bring you valuable information on accelerating business value, business transitions, employee engagement, visual process mapping, self-awareness, and entrepreneurial excellence. Hello everyone, this is Kevin with vNacelle. Today we're speaking with Doug Damon, one of our Pathfinder Guides that I actually met at the inaugural Pathfinder Retreat in Winter Park, Colorado.
Hello, Kevin. It's nice to be talking with you.
Hello, Doug. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became involved with vNacelle and eventually the Pathfinder program.
Well, the CEO and founder of vNacelle, one of the two founders of vNacelle, and I go back a few years. We met through Dr. Tom Hil and the Tom Hil Institute and found that we both had an interest in human development. vNacelle, of course, is a long track record of very successful coaching of business succession. And at one point, I became an advisor to her company. And then a little bit later on, I hired her company to coach the successors to my business as I was exiting. And she did a great job with that. Since we both have an interest in human development, she started talking about a program she was developing called the Pathfinder. And I took an interest in that because normal business coaching kind of goes through a whole company. This focused on the individual and allowed that individual to go greatly in depth on his own strategic planning.
So I gather that's what led you to become a Pathfinder Guide ultimately is, I know you have that desire to help people, and it's an opportunity to do exactly that.
Yes, and as you referred to in the opening statement there, you and I were both at the inaugural Pathfinder event to see how that all went. It went very well, and I decided that when the opportunity presented itself to help her facilitate some events, I have some certifications in that type of thing, human development. So it just sounded like something that was really of interest to me, and I'm glad to be moving forward with it.
It really was a wonderful event too, and I learned so much. And the whole process, well, I hesitate using the word process. It's a journey, actually. And because the Pathfinder event is just the beginning of the work you're going to be doing, and it can go on in perpetuity. So along those lines, can you share with us a little bit about what you would do as a Pathfinder Guide in taking us attendees through the Pathfinder journey?
Elizabeth had developed what she calls an IMAP, and I'm staring at my IMAP right now. I have it laid out on the floor, and it's really a cool thing that allows you to organize all your subjective and objective information. It's got 12 areas of consideration for your life, things like financial, spiritual, health and well-being, emotional, on and on. And it's not limited to those 12 things. If you have other things you would like to consider within yourself, you certainly can do that. It's your map, and your map is totally unique to you, and you can go really, really deep with it as you develop it. It's large enough where you can put, at the conference, you can put on Post-it notes on each of the neat little corners that she's got. You end up with a foundation which has your top 6 core values. You're not limited to that, but the map is set up for that. There's all those life segments that I just talked about, and there's places for your favorite books, your favorite quotations, your favorite philosophers, what you think you are. In short, you really have the opportunity to go deep within yourself and create a great 6-year plan.
Absolutely. I'm actually looking at my 6-year plan on the wall in front of me right now. IMAP ties into it so well. It's kind of a seamless transition through all the work. When I was initially doing it, it didn't make sense at first, but as I went through, learning about what my impact style was, my temperament, my motivated role, and then how that tied into the foundations of who I am, what the segments of my life are, and ultimately the events or things to live by in my life, created this map that is broken down into 18-month segments that creates a long-term plan that is really attainable.
Yes, yes. If you break those big pieces down into smaller pieces and smaller pieces, like you're able to with the IMAP, in those 18-month segments, which there are 4 of them in a 6-year plan, and that came out of Gordon Moore's law at Intel, which in 18 months, two 18-month plans for creating great change, and it's called Moore's law. But that does bring it down to a more manageable level, and further, within those 18-month plans, you're starting to peel the onion and developing action pieces that help you attain all of your goals. It really works, and it's a lot of fun. And people learn things about themselves that maybe they didn't know before, or at least it wasn't on a conscious level. So all the things you said are true, and more. It's there's no limitations on what you can do. And by the way, as you pointed out, it's a continuing journey, so it doesn't necessarily have to stop at the 6-year plan. What I've done with 6-year plans is I update them from time to time, but the initial 6-year plan is going 6 years forward from whatever date you're doing this, and pretending like that is now, and then working backwards. Classic strategic plan type approach, macro to micro, and then back. You can keep revisiting.
That's right. Actually, in the upper right-hand corner of the map, just under the My 6-Year Plan, they have us put in, I am blank years old, and you're supposed to put in your age at the point that you've completed this particular 6-year journey.
Yes.
And then the point to that is to then hopefully go to a follow-up event and build out your next 6-year plan, or to continue to use the tool on your own in a way to create your next 6-year plan and move forward successfully with a successful integrated life.
Yes, and there's additional coaching if one so chooses afterwards.
I'm sure people are really interested now about the program, and we have an event coming up in May on the 16th through the 18th in Graeagle, California, which is just outside of Reno, Nevada, by, I believe, about 50 miles. Can you tell us about that event and the University of Earth, which is also a very amazing place?
Yes, the University of Earth is a fabulous retreat-type center. It's nestled at the base of the Sierra Nevada mountains, and has the Feather River running through it. It's 44 acres of just beautiful, pristine property and pristine cabins that are ideal for individual and group retreats. It has a lot of areas where a person can sit and contemplate in workshops like this and digest what they've done already, and there'll be opportunities to do that. The University of Earth was founded by a gentleman named Rich Silver, who is a retired ranger, ranger being for the state of California, and also an ecotherapist. So he does a lot of things with nature with his clients.
What is ecotherapy?
Ecotherapy, yeah. He's a psychotherapist, psychologist, that uses nature instead of the normal sit down on the couch and tell me your issues. He takes you out in nature and lets you be exposed to that. And it seems to work. I've talked to some people that have been through that. But in any case, the University of Earth is a center where people can do their own events, workshops like Pathfinder. So we're excited about that. It gets you away from the normal hustle bustle of the daily grind that we all find ourselves wrapped in sometimes. And the event is May 16th through the 18th, which is arrival by noon on a Wednesday, and departure afternoon on Friday.
So logistics, if I was traveling from outside of the state and coming in, I gather I'd be flying into Reno and then need transportation to the University of Earth.
Yes, you'd rent a car at the Reno airport and drive to Graeagle, which is about 50 miles from Reno. It's a nice leisurely drive and very accessible.
Everyone interested in the Pathfinder program, you can join us May 16th through the 18th, and Doug will be co-facilitating this with, I believe Elizabeth is going to be your co-facilitator, correct?
That is correct, and she is one very talented human being to do this sort of thing.
Indeed, she's truly amazing and has put together a very insightful and usable program that I know has had an impact in every life that has attended the Pathfinder program thus far. Actually, we just ended one in January down in Texas, and everyone was so excited because we've just got our Facebook community together so that people can get together and talk about their Pathfinder journey and what's going on and keep up to date with new developments and information as it becomes available.
Yes, that's going to be an additional tool, and people can keep in touch with each other. One does form bonds in a setting like that because they're going so deep within themselves. And so it's a really a neat experience and very beneficial.
Yes, it is. Well, I want to thank you for joining us today, Doug, and sharing with us about the Pathfinder program and your experience with vNacelle. And I would like to encourage everyone to join us May 16th through the 18th in Graeagle, California. For more information on this and other vNacelle programs, you can check out our website, vNacelle.com. That's vNacelle.com. Or you can go directly to the Pathfinder website, which can be found at thePathfinder.life. That's thePathfinder.life. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.